We're back with game 2, Scrafters. How exciting. PvP again. Bunno as the yellow Protoss, Xanathar as the cyan Protoss, and we are on Ancient Cistern. A very pretty map. I like it very much. One of my favourite things about this map is this guy. Look, it's an Artosilope. He's funky, isn't he? This green deer-looking plant thing. Look at him. Like resplendent looking animal, isn't it? That's a word for you, isn't it? Resplendent. Love that. Neither side's building a worker. That's worrying. Okay. That's please build workers. That'd be lovely. Where's the Artosilope go? I've lost him. Oh no, there's this guy. Tastalope. This is a different one. What? I've never seen this before. There's a different guy. Okay, Pylon's finishing up. This guy gonna have a good look around. Nothing in production for either player. That's concerning. Gateway, okay. There's an Artosilope here, and there's like this guy, this Tastalope. Do you think they're friends? I reckon they're friends. Yeah, it's probably some kind of Romeo and Juliet subplot between these two. Surely, surely. As it is, this Artosilope absolutely terrified of this probe. Why? Why are you scared of the probe? The worst thing this probe can do to you is give you a quick zap. Zzz, zzz. Is that so frightening? I don't think so. Alright, he's going to have a look. He's going to see the two gates in production. Normally, 2 gates, bit of a sign of early aggression, but I don't know. When your opponent played like they did last game, you're probably going to be fine. You probably don't have to worry about any early, fast units coming out here. But if you saw this in a normal, in a more what shall we say, like on like the ladder or something, you'd probably be a bit worried. This double gas I don't like. Like, you've put this gas down, but you're not using it at all. I'm not saying use it. I'm saying, like, don't even build this gas as right now. Like, these extra workers, what they could be used for is building an expand and putting those workers on the expand. You know, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Side port in production for Xanathar. That's good stuff. All right, good. You haven't skipped that out, and you've got your early Nexus too. That's lovely. Love to see that. All right. There's a pylon that's in the middle of the map. Now, look, a pylon towards your opponent's base is a good idea, so you can warp things in. But the issue I have is that this is right in the attack path. If Bunno sent a unit to scout to your base, they would naturally find this. And, well, ideally you want this to be unseen. For a little bit, at least. So, if you want to do this, put a pylon here. Or put a pylon, like, here. Still close to your opponent's base, but not at somewhere they're going to be scouting anytime soon. From the looks of things. So, you know, until they take a third, at least. And if they take the wrong third, well, then your pylon's at the other one. So, you know, that's a win, isn't it? Alrighty. Forge coming down for Bunno. Again, this is quite early. I don't know. Are we going to see it do anything? I'm not so sure. Meanwhile, in the land of the Cyan Protoss, Warp Gate not being researched, which is concerning. Look at this. Because you haven't been building workers, and because you put like 4 on gas, your main isn't even saturated. That's terrible. By now, your main absolutely should be saturated, and you should even have workers down here too. It's dreadful, isn't it? Build more workers, please. Warp Gate in production, plus a bunch of gateways and a Twilight Cancel. This worked well for you last game, so, you know, going for this sort of charge lot into Templar build is, you know, it's perfectly fine. If you're going to do that, just either A, fuse those Templars into Archons, or B, research Storm from the Templar Archives, so you can actually kill things with Templars. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Alright, Warp Gate's like halfway done, roughly. We've got +1 ground from Bunno. This is fine. It's early, but like it's not necessarily bad that it's early, you know, if you have something planned with that. But do you? I don't know. Okay, a gas coming down, and 3 probes doing nothing. These guys could be mining. Bunno, you have a significant worker lead of your opponent. So your economy should be drastically better. As it is, looking at the bottom of the screen, it is, but it could be even better if some of those extra probes you had were mining minerals instead of just looking at this gas geyser or sitting on their butts right outside the Nexus. The Protoss even have butts? I don't know. Also, if you didn't have, like, what, 2 workers too many on this gas, that's horrible. Please fix that. Alright, more charge from Xanathar. We're going to see charge slots again with these extra gateways. Okay, very straight up stuff. I'd like to see it. This is perfectly fine, I think. Your main citizen saturated. You aren't building any work. You actually are building a probe, but you haven't been building them for a long time. So your opponent's economy is way ahead of yours, which should reflect in the army supply, and it does. Wait a minute. If I'm not mistaken, these 2 stalkers are the first units on the map. Do you see an issue with this? These first stalkers have only been around for about, what, 30 seconds? Which means this game went about 5 minutes with no units being produced. That's pretty bad. Right? You want to be producing units out of your gates immediately. Which means it's great you've built all these warp gates, Xanathar, but you haven't warped in anything. You know? That means there's idle time because there's a cooldown for warp, so you warp things in, cool down, warp more things in. And you have... Actually, you don't have money. You would be able to do that if you had the money for it, and you'd have that money if you had built more workers, because by now you could have both mineral lines fully saturated, which your opponent does. You could even have a 3rd base if you wanted to. But no, instead, you just haven't built those workers. Your opponent has, which is probably why you haven't been able to warp anything in yet. Actually, you have warped things in now, because you warped them, but you warped them in at this pylon. Sorry, I missed that. You warped them in at this pylon, which your opponent still hasn't seen, by the way. Storm in production this game, so any Templars that come in will actually be able to do something meaningful. Being chronoed out, okay, this is fine. You're actually building some workers now. Bit too little too late, but I'm happy to see you're actually doing it, at least. Where's that waterfall I can hear? Where is it? Like here? I don't know. Anyway, more units being warped in at this like highway pylon. Bunno close to it, but not able to see it just yet. This Tastalope having a little stroll. Where's the Artosalot? Where'd it go? Oh, where is he? Where's the Artosalot gone? This probe from Xanathar just sat here. He's gonna run into the Tastalope. Tastalope says, nope, I want none of that. +1 shields for in production for the Protoss. Okay. Alright, sure. Please transfer some minerals. Actually, transfer some workers. Yeah. Oh, you're building a 3rd. This is good. Your eco is a lot better than your opponent's, Bunno. This is good. I like to see this from you. You're just not spending your the money you're getting from your economy very efficiently at all. Sorry, give me a second. Alright, okay. So I'm back. Anyway, you know, you're not spending those minerals or gas very efficiently at all. You need more production facilities if you want to do it, so more gates would be nice here. You've committed more to, like, Templars here, so if you had more gates, you could actually warp things in. You could warp in a bunch of Templars if you had more of them. Also, if you had Warp Gate, which you don't have. So, yeah, make sure you don't skip Warp Gate, Bunno. That'd be great. Then you could actually make use of this mineral bank you've built. One of Xanathar's zealots is having a little nibble at these probes. He's gonna get a few probe kills. No reaction from the opponent. Oh, they're turning around. They're gonna give him a quick zap, but I don't think they're gonna be able to get him. There's not enough of them. Unless he goes for the Nexus, in which case he will die. His friends are coming to help him. And as it is, he lives. Okay. Now, as it is, this army is quite a bit bigger than Bunno's, but it's still defendable because these units are upgraded. So, and these units only have charge. So, Bunno actually gonna, Xanathar actually gonna back off here and warp in more. Now we're getting to a point where the army supply difference is significant enough to overcome these upgrades. this is quite big, isn't it? And that's because Xanathar, while your macro is significantly worse than your opponents, you've actually been spending the money you've been earning, you know? So, you know, that might have something to do with it. You've actually been spending your money. But, you know, you'd have more money to spend if you built more workers early in the game. So, there's that to consider. Alright, the army's going to clash here. I think this is just too big an army from Xanathar. And so Bunno will lose this fight and probably the game with it. Again, it's a matter of good macro, Bunno. But you got to use your money to actually buy things. And if you can't turn it fast enough, that means tech structures. And importantly, that means having Warp Gate early in the game, which you don't have right now. This Stargate's going to be built, but it's not going to ever see a unit come out of it because, well, the game's about to end. It's probably going to get destroyed before it even has a chance to. This Tosselope running from corner to corner, deeply confused, worried about what's going to happen to it, running through the mineral line as it is, and he's escaping to this corner where he seems pretty happy to just sit while the army of Xanathar murders the army, and with it, the game of Bunno. So, again, GG. Both of you did certain things right, but did certain things wrong. I think together, you both have the full picture. One of you can macro much better, that's you, Bunno. And one of you can actually spend the money they're earning better, that's you, Xanathar. And you know, you're actually building army with your money, which is good. So, you know, Xanathar, keep building workers throughout the game. Bunno, but make sure you're keeping up with those tech structures. And please, build Warp Gate so you can actually spend your money. 2-0 to Xanathar. GG.